Right now, there is a massive shift happening in what the entire world finds magnetic, inspiring, and worth following. Neptune, the planet that rules what we dream about, what we obsess over, and who and what we want to become, is leaving the spiritual influencer era of the past 15 years and moving into Aries for the next 13. And this changes everything about leadership, about presence, and about who becomes unforgettable. In this video, I will show you exactly how to work with this energy so that people don't just notice you, they remember you, they think about you, and they want to go where you are going. But there is one caveat, because there's one thing that could ruin it all, and that is your ego. So stick around to learn more. Neptune transits affect us on a collective global level. It is the second most outermost planet. In some years, it is even the outermost planet in our solar system. And as such, it influences us collectively. Neptune influences what we dream about, what we idolize, and who and what we want to become. Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, and that has shown in the things that we've been collectively interested in. Things like spiritual influencers, meditation apps, manifestation coaches have all become so much more mainstream. Conversations about energy work, about psychedelic experiences have also become so much more talked about. And there's been this collective shadow work and this collective healing that has become almost like a full-time job. The interesting about Pisces in particular is Neptune rules Pisces, but Pisces dissolves boundaries. And how much have we seen that in especially our technology? How much has there been a dissolution of boundaries where we are always connected, we are always online, we are always available, and there could almost be this need to be needed by other people, to not just heal on our own, but to heal collectively and to help everybody else's healing as well. But that is all about to change as Neptune is moving into Aries. And Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, whereas Aries is the first one. So it's not just an ending in that it is an ending of the sign, it's an ending of an entire cycle. So that is a really, really big deal. And now that Neptune is moving into Aries, what we idealize and idolize becomes less constant connectivity and more individualism, less healing and more courage, and people who are willing to make a first move on something. And we already got a preview of this from late March until late October last year in 2025. So some themes that might be developing further now that Neptune is permanently moving into Aries on January 26th could be things like analog is becoming a big keyword. Analog is becoming a luxury. Being offline is becoming more and more of a luxury. People are starting to crave craftsmanship and offline experiences and, real connection on a smaller scale rather than this fake connection on a really, really large scale. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about how they are just tired. They might have been, doing things the same way for a long time, for 15 years or so, and they are tired of this constant connectivity, of this constant being plugged into each other. First-person perspective is becoming more popular. Things like meta glasses or POV kind of content that is literally first-person perspective content. That's very Aries ruled. Aries is all about the head and about the single-person perspective. On the flip side, for every movement and every trend, there is also a counter movement and a counter trend. So perhaps you wish to embrace the opposite of that. Perhaps you wish to embrace connection and connectivity where other people are going to start embracing individuality, just in a slightly different way than what we've seen over the last 15 years. Maybe you wish to become somebody who really digs into traditions and history to find the gems that have been buried while everybody else is chasing the new. Maybe you're the one who can really bring forward group wisdom while everyone else is going solo. So just pick your lane. Both of these are options, but pick it Stick to it and own it with the courage that is so characteristic of Aries energy. And the fun thing is, we all have Aries somewhere in our chart. So we all have an area in our lives where it comes more naturally to us to be bold, to be courageous, to be pioneers, and to be first at something. If you know your rising sign, I'm going to give you a really quick rundown of where in your chart that area falls per rising sign, so you can start thinking about where society is going to idealize and love and look up to your version of boldness, of courage, and of individuality in the coming years. If you're an Aries rising, congratulations, this is all happening in your first house. That means it's all about your identity, your style, your fashion sense, the way that you present yourself to the world. If you're a Taurus rising, it's about your spirituality. It's about the unseen, the unconscious, psychic insights, and psychic work. If you're a Gemini rising, this should come so natural to you. It's about communities. It's about unconventional friendship groups and finding new ways of establishing communities and building groups that can band together. If you're a Cancer rising, then this is all about your career. This is about being fearless in the way that you build your reputation, fearless in the way that you climb up the ladder and build something for yourself that you will be remembered for. If you're a Leo rising, this is all about your philosophy. Can be about long distance travel, but also building a philosophy, teaching to people and building new wisdom. If you're a Virgo rising, this is about your intimacy and about shared resources. So think about how can you be brave and how you're vulnerable. Or it can also relate to any themes around sex, around death, around birth, and also about shared financial assets. If you're a Libra rising, consider how you can pioneer new ways of building relationships, of expressing love and living love and partnerships. If you're a Scorpio rising, this hits you in your house of daily health and daily routines. Then this is about how can you be a pioneer in aspects of health, in aspects of service, in aspects of what you do day in and day out, what a daily routine looks like. If you're a Sagittarius rising, then Neptune is transiting your house of fun, of creativity, of romance. How can you be more bold and more courageous in ways that you creatively express yourself? If you're a Capricorn rising, then it's about redefining what home means to you, what a family means, what emotional security can mean. If you're an Aquarius rising, then it's all about your mind. It's about how you get new ideas, bold, fresh ideas, also how you learn and how you communicate what you learn with your immediate environment and spread those ideas. And finally, if you're a Pisces rising, then this is moving through your house of finances and physical assets. So think about how you can revolutionize value, money, finances, material wealth. How can you create something new or live a new paradigm in that area? If you want to go really deep on the strategy for this, then it's also absolutely worth tracking the Mars transits, because Mars is the ruler of Aries. So in a way, Mars becomes the quote-unquote boss of Neptune over the next couple of years. And whatever Mars does, Neptune is also going to be influenced by. We don't have time in this video to go through all of those and look at all of the possible different combinations on that, but you can absolutely book a one-to-one session with me if you want the full strategic plan on how to work with these energies. So here's how to become unforgettable in 4 easy steps. And the first one is very important before we do anything else. And that is to promise yourself to keep your ego in check. Because Neptune makes us idealize things, and Neptune does make us project our dreams onto other people. And that can become dangerous when we start believing our own hype. That's when dreams and magnetism can very quickly turn into disillusionment. So the first thing you need to do is to promise yourself that your ego will not get ahead of you. Step number 2 is to create your pioneering image. And here's something very important, right? It doesn't mean you have to invent the wheel, right? Aries energy is not necessarily about because you might be worried about, well, how am I supposed to come up with these totally new ideas about this area? You don't. You don't have to invent the wheel. You just have to take it, be the first person to take it to where other people haven't taken it before. You just have to be willing to take that one extra step and actually do what other people are just talking and dreaming about. Step number 3 is lead and go for it. The beauty of Aries energy, in my personal opinion, is that it doesn't have to be perfect. If anything, it's better if it's not perfect. You shouldn't try to work it all out in advance. Aries energy is about just going and having the faith that when the time comes to make a decision, when challenges might occur or new opportunities, that you trust in yourself that you will be able to figure things out. Believe that you can figure things out as you go along. And step number 4 is be responsible. Pioneering doesn't mean to be reckless, and that is something that there is a bit of a danger of with Aries energy. It does charge headfirst into things. So just keep yourself grounded. Don't get swept up by the excitement of charting into something new. Make sure you stay safe, make sure you stay in service to other people, and make sure that you don't do anything that you might later regret. So Neptune in Aries over the next couple of years is going to massively reward those people who have the courage to go first and to be pioneers. Not perfectly, we don't want the perfectly scrubbed image anymore. We want real progress. We want something that's human, that is imperfect, that evolves together with us, and that we can join in on. Where Aries hits your chart, this is more than just a trend. This is where the world actually needs your courage. You were born for this. That's why you have this Aries placement in your chart. So check your Aries house by the rising sign list that I've provided in this video and ask yourself, how can I be just 1% more courageous in this area this week? And let me know in the comments, because I want to cheer you on. I want to see you go ahead and charge ahead and pioneer something new. If you want the full guidance, the full strategy, where we look at your Mars, your Neptune, your Saturn, because Saturn is also going to play a big part in this, which we're going to talk about in another video, then book a one-on-one consultation with me and we're going to go through all of the juicy details together. Also, don't forget that if you want journaling prompts, manifestation techniques, rituals, and a lot of really, really great stuff delivered for free into your inbox directly, then you can sign up for my Manifestology newsletter, which you will find linked below in the description box. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao!